made by the resistance with explosives your husband supplied. And then 3 days ago, Blake received emails from Bindong's henchmen threatening death unless he turned over information about everyone he has shipped weapons to.
Blake probably overheard us discussing the construction of the car bomb and connected the dots. Contacted them with me.
Lives feel routine.
And family.
And when they get what they need from him.
Can't you identify these monsters?
When someone feels warm on the road, doesn't drive most wheel tables,
Their files can be unclassified.
gas, camera
With a warrant signed
moments.
by a federal judge.
Joe.
Until they're not. A random turn,
But it is. But it's looking back at me.
a sudden break,
Also, this is a scary video. Just let you know, guys.
Guys who have been Americans, Ryland Hightower and Nick Porter, ex-Delta Force, now private contractors. They both did FID for Bindong's forces in 2022.
Their contractors live out of Texas.
No, the Hightower has property near Clyde Park. That might be where they're headed.
It's only a few miles from here.
and something not human comes into view. Today's video brings some of the scariest moments caught on dash cams, because once you see them, driving late at night won't feel the same.
Mira la cola, hermano, no es normal. Yo debajo de la camioneta graba bien.
A guy and his friend were riding along the outskirts of Browning, Montana. Just a normal, uneventful drive until something stepped out of the woods. It was a man, or at least it looked like one. Thinking he might need help, they slowed down and called out to him.
Buddy! How you doing?
Big mistake. The guy barely responded, just making these strange guttural sounds that didn't sound human at all. Then suddenly, he dropped onto all fours and started moving toward their car in this twisted, unnatural way. That was enough. They didn't wait around, they backed up and got out of there fast. But whatever that was, it definitely wasn't human. Twisted smile. Even in broad daylight, you're not really safe from seeing something completely unexplainable. One woman found that out the hard way while driving when she noticed a man standing off to the side of the road. Something about him felt wrong immediately. His body was bent backward at an angle that just didn't look human, like it shouldn't even be possible. His face was stuck in this eerie grin, and his wide, unblinking eyes made him look both lifeless and aware at the same time. Then suddenly, he started moving, not normally, but like he wasn't fully in control of his own body. She was sure she had witnessed a non-human entity. Twisted pursuit. One driver out late at night had the kind of encounter you don't forget. He had been moving slowly through an unfamiliar area when he noticed something chasing his car. At first, it looked like a woman, but something was seriously wrong. Her neck was twisted at an unnatural angle, her clothes torn and filthy. The way she moved didn't feel human at all. Realizing this wasn't normal, the driver didn't wait around to figure it out and sped off immediately. Streetwalker.
Did you know that nearly half of US TV streaming time is on Roku? With Roku's new self-service ad tool, it's easy to set up your own CTV campaigns, so you can tap into Roku's leading scale and expand your marketing mix. Roku is the number.
Even pedestrians aren't safe from running into something seriously unsettling. This guy was walking down the street, just heading to grab a drink from his local coffee shop, when he noticed a woman nearby. She wasn't exactly walking, more like swaying, almost drifting as if she was in some kind of trance. Completely barefoot, her feet were filthy like she hadn't worn shoes in ages. Her movements didn't feel normal at all. The guy later said the whole thing gave him chills, and he couldn't shake the feeling that he might have just seen something straight out of a zombie outbreak. Sudden figure. A driver in the UK had been heading down an empty road late at night, thinking it was just another quiet ride. You know that feeling when the road's completely clear and you can finally relax a bit? Not this time. Out of nowhere, a figure suddenly appeared right in the middle of the road. It hadn't been there even seconds before. The guy barely managed to swerve in time to avoid hitting it. No warning, no build-up, just there. He later said he was convinced he had almost driven straight through a ghost that night, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that. Driver entity. A clip shared on Twitter in December 2025 had left viewers seriously unsettled. The person who recorded it said he had been heading to work when he noticed something strange in a nearby vehicle. At first, it looked like a normal driver, but within seconds, something about it changed. The face, it didn't look human anymore. He described it as something demonic sitting behind the wheel. Trying not to draw attention, he pretended not to notice while quietly zooming in and recording. Strangely, nothing else about the situation changed. The car kept moving like normal, but that face alone was enough to make the entire moment feel wrong. White gaze. A cab driver had picked up a passenger late at night, cruising along empty roads, when something truly unnerving happened. On a lonely stretch, a man stood motionless by the roadside. At first, the driver thought he was a hitchhiker until he got closer. The figure's eyes had no pupils, just blank, milky whites staring into nothing. He just stood there, unblinking. The driver's stomach dropped. The image burned into his mind forever. When the clip surfaced online, netizens were convinced it was a zombie sighting. Some even wondered, was this the first sign of a real apocalypse? Night watch. This driver had been cruising down a dusty road in the middle of nowhere, somewhere in sub-Saharan Africa, dead in the night, when his headlights caught something he definitely wasn't ready for. Right there stood what looked like a small boy, completely still, surrounded by cattle like they were guarding him. The whole setup felt off. Some people later said it could have been a tokoloshe, a creepy figure from local folklore known to appear at night. Others brushed it off as just a young herder doing his job. But honestly, at that hour, in that kind of silence, yeah, something about it didn't sit right at all. Dust blur. A couple of friends had been on a FaceTime call, just casually talking, when one of them started showing something outside in his front yard. Everything seemed normal until he panned the camera toward the road. Out of nowhere, something blasted past at insane speed, kicking up a cloud of dust before disappearing in a split second. Everyone on the call saw it, and they all just froze.
Somebody just ran down the street, bro.
Ain't nobody on that
Oh, no, bro.
I seen it. You seen it too? Man, I seen it. The was running through there fast.
Curious, he walked out to check, but the road was completely empty. Later, when they slowed the footage down, it looked like a humanoid figure. All of them were convinced they had just witnessed something paranormal in broad daylight. If these road encounters gave you chills, hit like and subscribe, because the next drive you take might not be as normal as you think. Road flame. Drive carefully at night. Seriously. One driver had been cruising down a quiet road when his dash cam picked up something that didn't make any sense. Right in the middle of the lane ahead, there was a small fire burning, but there was nothing around it. No wood, no trash, nothing that could have started it. Just flames sitting there like they belonged. As he got closer, another detail came into view. A figure dressed in white, standing near the fire, completely still. He slowed down, clearly unsure of what he was looking at. Even after replaying it multiple times, it was hard to figure out what exactly was going on that night. Frozen man. On the streets of Albuquerque, New Mexico, a driver had to come to a stop when a man stood directly in his way, refusing to move despite repeated honking. Annoyed and confused, the driver stepped out to see what was going on, but what he found made no sense. The man wasn't just standing there. He was completely frozen, not a single movement. His posture, his facial expression, even his wide-open eyes stayed locked in place. The driver even tried to startle him with a fake punch, but nothing. No reaction at all. It was like he wasn't even aware of anything happening around him. Masked figures.
given everything.
Imagine cruising through a quiet forest road at noon, nothing out of the ordinary until you spot them. 4 figures, cloaked in black with white, expressionless masks, standing on the side of the road. That's what one driver caught on camera. Instead of moving away, the masked figures turned and started walking toward the car. The footage ended abruptly, just as the tension peaked with no follow-up. Some say it was a prank, others aren't so sure. Because if that was a joke, why did no one ever claim it or show up again? Headless walk. Someone filming down a quiet street at night had captured something that didn't seem strange at first until you really looked at it. A figure was slowly crossing the road, moving at a calm, almost casual pace. Nothing unusual, at least initially, but as the footage went on, people started noticing something seriously off. The silhouette didn't seem to have a head, like just shoulders and nothing above them. Still, it kept walking with these long, uneven steps, dressed in light-colored clothes that stood out in the dark. The camera kept rolling as it disappeared into the night, and yeah, that detail alone was enough to freak people out. Phantom passenger. This chilling dashcam footage from a taxi in Japan has left late-night travelers deeply unsettled. It showed the driver pulling over as if to pick up a passenger. The door opened, then closed, but no one got in, or so it seemed. As the car moved, an eerie silhouette began to flicker in and out of view behind the driver. A closer look revealed a face distorted and terrifying, like something out of a nightmare. The driver later reviewed the footage and was so shaken by what he saw. He's reportedly sworn off picking up passengers at night ever since. Snake hybrid. On the 16th of March, 2026, 2 drivers on the outskirts of Mexico had stopped after spotting something that honestly sounded impossible. Crawling along the roadside was a creature that looked half human, half snake.
Mira la cola, hermano, no es normal.
Its head was clearly reptilian, but its upper body, arms, and chest looked disturbingly human. It moved in this strange way, slithering while also dragging itself forward with its arms, like it was adapting to both forms at once. The creepiest part, it seemed aware of them, watching as they stood there. From its appearance to its behavior, everything about the encounter felt unreal, like something that shouldn't exist at all.
¿Lo tienes?
Backseat grin.
You really haven't asked anyone else?
This short clip went viral for all the wrong reasons. A man was driving through the woods, casually filming the scenery. But the real scare came when a car passed by. Just a glimpse, barely a second, but enough to spot a figure in the back seat, staring directly into the camera. What unsettled viewers wasn't just the eye contact, it was the grin. Wide, unnatural, almost bloodthirsty, like they knew the man filming would see it. Some called it a prank, others weren't so sure. The way that figure smiled, it felt less like a coincidence and more like a warning.
Delusional. But I think I see something looking at me through that window.
Obedient haunting. A man who just bought a car believed it was haunted and had proof. Filming inside, he asked the ghost to move one of the dials forward.
Are you able to? All the way, you got this. Keep going, you got this, all the way.
To everyone's shock, it did. Then, at his request, moved it back.
Bro, no way.
Are you able to go all the way back? Show me.
No way.
Keep going, all the way. You got this, come on, keep going, all the way.
This wasn't your typical haunting. This ghost was strangely cooperative. Still, would you drive a car with a passenger like that? Zombie apocalypse. Lately, there have been some wild rumors floating around online about a possible zombie virus outbreak in Russia. Nothing official ever came out, but that didn't stop people from sharing some seriously creepy clips. One video showed a guy driving through Kuban when he spotted a man acting completely unhinged in the middle of the road. As the driver slowed down, the dude suddenly sprinted straight at the car and did something unexpected, then just turned around and ran off like nothing happened. This could be a failed insurance scamming attempt, but the man didn't look normal at all. The account that posted it claimed it could have been a failed lab experiment, possibly linked to bioweapons. And if that's even partially true, then something we've always called fiction might not be fiction at all. Black figures.
Sure, I'm ready.
A man had a creepy feeling like some mysterious beings were following him everywhere, so he decided to attach a camera to the back of his car, and what he captured was even more unsettling. At first, he noticed that some black, mysterious figures were walking down the street, and he thought that these were just nuns. But he started to get really scared when more of those black figures started to appear. They were everywhere, and he started to get a strange feeling that maybe there was a dark, mysterious force following him. Road horror. Speaking of strange drives, this one happened in broad daylight. A guy had been driving along like normal, when out of nowhere, this bizarre figure appeared on the side of the road. He slowed down, rolled his window down a bit, and instantly regretted it. This thing, whatever it was, looked like some life-sized stuffed toy, but completely unhinged, lunging toward him with bulging, almost popping eyes. It felt way too real to laugh off. Even if it was staged, whoever pulled that prank seriously crossed a line. Silent walker. A group of friends had been riding their motorcycle down a quiet road in India when they noticed a woman walking slowly along the side.
नीलू, कहाँ है रात में?
Something about her felt off. Her expressions didn't match the situation at all, so they slowed down and started recording. When they tried talking to her, she didn't respond. Just stared straight at them in silence. After a few seconds, she began making these slow, strange hand movements that none of them could understand. The whole encounter left them seriously unsettled, like they had just crossed paths with something they couldn't explain. Passenger ghost. A truck driver had been going through his dashcam footage after a long haul when he noticed something that definitely wasn't there before.
No chingues, pues vengo solo, deja de estar bromeando, eh?
During the actual drive, the passenger seat beside him looked completely empty, and he didn't react to anything unusual. But on the recording, for a few brief seconds, there was a faint figure sitting right there next to him. It looked like a woman, just quietly facing forward without moving an inch. Then, slowly, as the truck kept moving, the figure faded away. Watching that back, knowing he had no idea at the time, made the whole thing way more unsettling. Haunted house. A driver had been passing by an old, run-down house in Santa Fe when something straight up unsettling happened. As he got closer, a light inside the house suddenly flicked on by itself, then just as quickly switched off again.
Whoa, wait, no way.
That alone was weird, but it didn't stop there. Moments later, he noticed what looked like a face or a figure standing inside, just staring right at him. The creepiest part was that the house had been sealed and abandoned for nearly 20 years. No one was supposed to be inside, which only made the whole encounter feel way more disturbing. Street cadaver. Speaking of strange sights on the road, this next one came out of Acapulco, Mexico, and yeah, it's just as bizarre. A man had just stepped out of his parked car when something caught his attention nearby. At first, he thought it was some kind of robot wandering around, but as he got closer, that idea quickly fell apart. What he saw looked more like a mummy, dry, stiff, and moving in a way that didn't feel natural at all. The real question wasn't just what it was, but where it came from. Some even suggested it could be tied to voodoo or something darker. Hooded crossing.
I am not afraid. I was born to do this. Gaze upon me.
A chilling clip that blew up on TikTok had people seriously divided. It started off pretty normal. A passenger filming from inside a moving car as they passed what looked like the aftermath of an accident. Nothing too unusual at first. But then, up ahead, a dark, hooded figure appeared standing by the roadside. Suddenly, it stepped out and began crossing right in front of incoming traffic, barely missing cars as it moved slowly across. And just like that, it disappeared into the darkness on the other side. The caption claimed it could have been the Grim Reaper itself, lingering at the scene. Burning stare. This next clip, shared by Crazy Paranormal on Reddit, has been making rounds for all the right reasons. Pure nightmare fuel. A group of friends had been filming late at night when they spotted something strange inside a parked car nearby.
Ve, güey. Le estoy sacando una fotografía, güey, ve.
There was a face just staring straight ahead, completely still. But then things escalated fast. Out of nowhere, flames suddenly burst inside the car, right in front of the person's face. And here's the weirdest part, they didn't react at all. The group filming started freaking out, trying to process what they were seeing. Some believed it was a ritual, others something far darker. Stuck in loop. A woman sat in her car with a friend in a parking lot in Atlanta when something unsettling unfolded. A man approached her vehicle and began acting strangely, repeating the same motion again and again.
I don't have nothing for you. That's my car, bro.
His mouth locked in a wide O. It was as if he were stuck in a loop, frozen in a moment that wouldn't end. Disturbed, she recorded the scene and later posted it online. Her followers were divided. Some believed the man was glitching. Others suspected a deeper mental disturbance. Either way, the moment was impossible to forget. Roadside crawler. Driving through dark woods at night is creepy enough, but then this happened. A man heading home slammed the brakes when he spotted a figure crouched by the side of the road. At first, he thought it was just a person, but the thing he caught on camera was anything but human. It was bent at unnatural angles, with limbs far too long to belong to any normal creature. Some say it was a forest witch gathering ingredients. Others believe it was something far worse, a skinwalker caught lurking just beyond the headlights. Floating car. On his way to work, a bus passenger in Shenyang had witnessed something that didn't make any logical sense. A vehicle ahead of them appeared to be floating, not just slightly lifted, but clearly hovering several feet above the ground. While still moving forward like it was completely normal. Other drivers seemed to notice too, because no one dared drive underneath it. They kept their distance, and it didn't stop there. Another clip from the same area showed two more vehicles slightly lifted off the ground as well. People couldn't figure out if it was some kind of glitch, advanced tech being tested, or something else entirely. Either way, it didn't look right. Bus glimpse. A girl riding a bus had unknowingly recorded something that only hit her later when she rewatched the footage. At one point, another vehicle passed by, and inside it, something felt off. Everyone in that car appeared to be wearing masks, sitting completely still, almost like they were hypnotized. But the real focus was on what sat behind them. It didn't look human at all, more like some kind of presence, something unnatural. The clip gained attention quickly, though the plate number had been blurred out, probably to avoid legal trouble. Still, whatever that thing was, it didn't sit right with people. From beyond,
that Eddie is in the park.
A dash cam clip from Thailand caught people off guard, but nobody got scared more than the driver who actually filmed it. Something huge suddenly dropped out of the sky and missed the car in front by inches. The object looked almost round, not sharp, like a rock. Skeptics said it had to be debris, but there weren't any mountains nearby for it to fall from. This thing literally came straight down from the sky. Others believed it was a UFO that lost control and crashed onto the road. No official explanation ever came out, and that silence only made things feel weirder. Like, what were they hiding? Driverless bus.
If you're not in contact, how do you know he's with
A shocking incident took place in Karachi, Pakistan. Locals recorded a red line bus moving down the road with no visible driver. No one was in the front seat, no passengers inside either. The bus just kept going on its route like it was on autopilot. People stood there too scared to get on. So what was driving it? A ghost? Or was it just the camera angle hiding the driver perfectly? The video went viral because it really looked empty, and watching a full-size bus move on its own, yeah, that messed with a lot of people's heads. Suspended runaway woman driving down a road filmed something she couldn't shake for days. A person on the street appeared to be running full motion, arms moving, everything, but they weren't going anywhere, completely frozen in place.
Found a glitched person. Just wait. They look like they're running, right? They're not.
She claimed she watched them for minutes without the person advancing even a single inch, all while their body moved like they were mid-sprint, like someone had paused a single character while the rest of the world kept moving. People said it was an NPC glitch, plain and simple. Jogging in place was the only rational counter, but not many bought it.
They're staying in place. They've been there for like 2 minutes.
You're one sentence away from launching your website with Base 44. Since the beginning of the internet, there's never been such a fun, fast
street ritual.
A lot better. Sometimes.
A TikTok user at Daughter of Christ 97 had shared a clip back in March 2023 that raised a lot of eyebrows. She had been out in Melbourne when she came across something straight up bizarre happening in the middle of the street. A group of people, all dressed in striking red, with matching hair and symbolic gestures, seemed to be performing some kind of ritual in broad daylight, right there, out in the open. There was even a large automated object involved, adding to the whole unsettling vibe. What really stood out was how bold it all felt, like they weren't even trying to hide it. Definitely not something you'd expect to casually witness. Guardian dove. Late at night, a car's dash cam recorded something unbelievable. Out of nowhere, a white dove appeared in front of the car. The driver slammed the brakes. Seconds later, a massive truck blasted through the intersection. If the car hadn't stopped, it would have been completely destroyed. The man believed the dove had saved his life. He said it felt like a guardian angel showed up at the exact right moment. The timing was too perfect. Call it coincidence if you want, but surviving something like that changes the way you look at signs from the universe. Casual arrival. This street surveillance footage from Mexico left people seriously shaken. The camera captured a cloudy portal forming on the sidewalk, glowing an eerie blue from the inside. Seconds later, a woman stepped out of it like it was completely normal. What really got people talking was what happened next. She turned back, waved her hands at the portal, and it slowly shrank before disappearing entirely. Then she simply walked away, calm and unbothered, like she'd just finished an errand. Because of how casually she left, many believe she wasn't lost at all. People are convinced she was a time traveler, slipping back into our world for a moment. Mid-street.
John Smith wasn't available.
This strange street surveillance clip has been making people believe that some humans can slip in and out of reality whenever they want. The footage showed a woman appearing out of nowhere on a quiet street. 1 second there was nothing, and the next she was just there, walking forward like she'd always been part of the scene. She continued walking calmly until, right in the middle of the street, she disappeared again. The sudden vanishing left viewers confused and unsettled. Some brushed it off as a camera glitch, but others are convinced she simply teleported back to wherever she came from. Phase through. A street surveillance camera captured something that left people stunned. A man was seen walking straight down the middle of a busy road, not crossing or even rushing, just calmly strolling alongside moving vehicles. But here's the strange part. Every car seemed to pass right through him. There were no brakes or impact. It was as if he wasn't really there. The footage quickly went viral. Some believed it was a glitch in the camera. Others were convinced the man had a supernatural ability, something like phasing through matter. Whatever it was, the scene felt impossible to explain and impossible to forget. Skinwalker encounter. Late at night, a man parked on a quiet road had an unexpected visitor. A friendly dog ran up to his car window. Amused, he began filming as he petted it. A passing car distracted him, and he briefly panned the camera away. But when he turned back, the dog was gone. His hand was still out the window, yet the road was empty. Later, reviewing the footage, he noticed something chilling. The dog had no reflection in the rearview mirror. People online were convinced this was no ordinary stray, but something far stranger. Perhaps he had come face to face with a skinwalker.
Oh, don't hop over.
Dragging hand. For most drivers, seeing an ambulance whiz by is nothing unusual, but what one woman saw in Argentina was something she couldn't forget. While driving down a road, she noticed something hanging out of the ambulance's side door. It was a hand, lifeless, pale, and dragging across the asphalt as the vehicle sped ahead. Shocked, she and nearby drivers honked repeatedly, trying to get the driver's attention, but the ambulance didn't stop. It just kept going. Some suggested it was a morbid prank, but many online believed it was far too disturbing to be a joke. Whatever the truth, the image of that hand scraping the road still haunts those who saw it.
Smart founders know something most people miss. Get your domain name even if you're not ready to launch your business. With Wix, you can grab yours now and then get to work.
The sky has always been above us, but lately, it no longer looks like it belongs to our planet. Mysterious beams, terrifying lights, and objects that defy every law of nature.
Yes. Oh my God.
Something is very wrong up there, and we can't ignore it anymore.
So we all just got woken up to some disturbing sound all through the area.
Just before the sunrise, a resident from an undisclosed location in California caught this bizarre moment on camera. A powerful bolt was seen having emerged from the sky towards a house in a constant stream without causing any visible damage, while the bystanders stood there recording it while being shocked. A rumor started to spread around that this was actually a huge concentration of plasma energy that was focused at a single point, and it was actually quite beneficial. The exact nature of events, or how they started, however, remains unknown. Flashing mystery. In this mysterious video, hundreds of flickering lights streak across the darkened clouds above an unknown U.S. city. Uploaded 9 months ago with almost no context, the footage shows glowing flashes drifting steadily over a quiet neighborhood, gradually revealing their full scale as the camera pulls back to capture the horizon. The phenomenon stretches seemingly endlessly, with no official explanations provided. Online viewers have speculated wildly, with some suggesting the lights could be drones tied to Project Blue Beam, a rumored secret operation said to manipulate public perception, though no evidence confirms these claims. Raining snakes. A clip began circulating on social media showing millions of snakes seemingly falling from a cloudy sky, almost like rain, shocking viewers and sparking widespread debate around the 19th of March, 2026. In the footage, bystanders appear more curious than terrified. Despite the high chance that some of the snakes could be venomous. While the exact location remains unknown, the uploader insisted the event was real, leaving many skeptical. Experts suggest a powerful wind could have swept the snakes from a distant location, causing them to land randomly, while others speculated more ominously, claiming it might be a symbolic curse of the earth descending upon humanity. Fortunately, everyone in the area was safe despite how scary things got. Midnight disturbance.
No, I'm not. Yes, maybe
In Washington, D.C., a young woman was suddenly awakened during the night by intense flashes of light, accompanied by loud, booming sounds coming from the sky.
Area. I just called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it.
Let's go.
Unsure of what was happening, she stepped outside to look around, soon joined by neighbors who had also been disturbed by the noise. Initial assumptions pointed to a possible power station malfunction, but that explanation was later dismissed. With no visible source and the sky offering no clear answers, the cause of the unusual event remained unexplained. Weird glow. A viewer-submitted video recorded in West Tulsa on February 10, 2026 shows an unusual circular formation in the sky, displaying rainbow-like colors that appear to curve inward and fold slightly into themselves. The footage, shared without significant edits, captures the phenomenon lasting for several seconds before gradually thinning out and fading away.
That's the brightest rainbow I've ever seen.
Moving.
Oh my gosh, it's closing.
While some viewers suggest it could be a rare atmospheric effect, others remain uncertain due to its unusual shape and motion. The sighting has sparked curiosity, with others in the area encouraged to report or share similar observations. Splitting objects. Witnesses across California were left puzzled after noticing what initially appeared to be a single glowing object descending rapidly through the night sky. Those who managed to capture it on camera watched as the object suddenly split apart mid-descent, breaking into multiple smaller pieces of a similar size and brightness. What made the event particularly unusual was what happened next. Rather than continuing to fall, the separated objects appeared to stabilize, suspending themselves in the sky and holding their positions without any visible means of doing so. Authorities have yet to issue any statement regarding the sighting, and the true nature of what was witnessed that night remains entirely unresolved. Weird cloud effect. Residents of Tupelo, Mississippi, reported a strange and unsettling sight in the evening sky on the 29th of January, 2025, as dusk settled and a massive cloud formation appeared. Rather than continuing to fall, the separated objects appeared to stabilize, suspending themselves. Shared without significant edits, captures the phenomenon lasting remained unexplained. Weird, while others speculated more ominously, claiming night disturbance. In Washington, D.C., a young woman was suddenly awakened during the night by intense flashes of light, accompanied by loud, booming sounds coming from the sky.
Area. I just called 911 and they said they've gotten like over 50 calls about it.
Unsure of what was happening, she stepped outside to look around, soon joined by neighbors who had also been disturbed by the noise. Initial assumptions pointed to a possible power station malfunction, but that explanation was later dismissed. With no visible source and the sky offering no clear answers, the cause of the unusual event remained unexplained. Weird glow. A viewer-submitted video recorded in West Tulsa on February 10, 2026 shows an unusual circular formation in the sky, displaying rainbow-like colors that appear to curve inward and fold slightly into themselves. The footage, shared without significant edits, captures the phenomenon lasting for several seconds before gradually thinning out and fading away.
That's the brightest rainbow I've ever seen.
Moving.
Oh my gosh, it's closing.
While some viewers suggest it could be a rare atmospheric effect, others remain uncertain due to its unusual shape and motion. The sighting has sparked curiosity, with others in the area encouraged to report or share similar observations. Splitting objects. Witnesses across California were left puzzled after noticing what initially appeared to be a single glowing object descending rapidly through the night sky. Those who managed to capture it on camera watched as the object suddenly split apart mid-descent, breaking into multiple smaller pieces of a similar size and brightness. What made the event particularly unusual was what happened next. Rather than continuing to fall, the separated objects appeared to stabilize, suspending themselves in the sky and holding their positions without any visible means of doing so. Authorities have yet to issue any statement regarding the sighting, and the true nature of what was witnessed that night remains entirely unresolved. Weird cloud effect. Residents of Tupelo, Mississippi, reported a strange and unsettling sight in the evening sky on the 29th of January, 2025, as dusk settled and a massive cloud formation appeared to descend from above, resembling a large object releasing thick, cascading plumes that looked almost like falling water.
Finally, something in Anaheim happens.
Unusually, the formation remained stationary the entire time, drawing growing attention from onlookers, with some dismissing it as an odd atmospheric event, while others believed it hinted at something far more unusual or unexplained.
Now we have it. You see the light? Behind it, the red light?
I'm gonna step back.
Plasma arc, with some dismissing it as an odd weird cloud effect. Residents of Tupelo, Mississippi, reported a strange and unsettling sight in the evening sky on the 29th of January, 2025, as dusk settled and a massive cloud formation appeared to descend from above, resembling a large object releasing thick, cascading plumes that looked almost like falling water.
Finally, something in Anaheim happens.
Unusually, the formation remained stationary the entire time, drawing growing attention from onlookers, with some dismissing it as an odd atmospheric event, while others believed it hinted at something far more unusual or unexplained.
Now we have it. You see the light? Behind it, the red light?
I'm gonna step back.
Plasma arc. Bystanders on the streets of St. Petersburg, Florida, were already dealing with a severe water problem across their neighborhood when something unexpected appeared in the sky above the waterlogged streets. A glowing fireball was observed hovering briefly over the area, drawing immediate attention from locals who managed to capture it on camera.
Yes. Oh my God.
We got 2 hours.
The surrounding conditions, with submerged roads, damaged infrastructure, and overcast skies, added to the unsettling nature of the sighting. Online discussions moved quickly, with many pointing toward a plasma arc as the most plausible explanation, likely triggered by storm-damaged power lines making contact after being struck by strong winds or fallen branches. Whether that fully accounts for what was seen, however, not everyone seemed entirely convinced.
That's your clever, charming robot. Is what I say yes. But just actually answer the question. Oh my God.
Giza Beam.
Come on. Why spend your life on the road?
Footage recorded over the pyramids of Giza in Egypt by a team of researchers who captured a striking moment as the moon broke through dense clouds, forming a sharp starburst that projected a focused beam of light across the sky. The beam appeared to align directly with the tip of the Great Pyramid, glowing brightly and creating a dramatic visual that quickly drew attention online. While many describe the scene as rare and almost intentional in its precision, researchers continue to explore the region for more grounded explanations, such as this being some ancient power plant, although studies suggest this to be made of complex underground structures beneath the pyramids, while the mainstream narrative still identifies them primarily as royal tombs. Showering fishes. During a steady rainfall at a busy intersection, an unusual incident unfolded as numerous fish began falling from the sky, scattering rapidly across the road. Drivers slowed in confusion as the road filled with flopping fish, creating a chaotic and almost surreal scene. Several bystanders watched in disbelief, some stepping closer to confirm what they were seeing, while others remained in their vehicles. The downpour continued alongside the strange shower of fish, intensifying the mystery of the moment. Witnesses later described the event as overwhelming, struggling to process how so many fish could suddenly rain down and transform an ordinary day into something so inexplicable. Colorful orbs. Miami resident who was taking a walk in the park one night when something very odd yet spectacular started to occur. Not too high in the sky, two brightly glowing light signatures appeared of different colors that at first were moving in correspondence to each other. This created the perception as if these were lights of some flying aircraft or object, until both the lights converged into each other when things got weirder and interesting as well. The colors of red and blue changed to purple just as they did. The source who was witnessing the entire moment felt like this was some orbs or a moment of unidentified aerial phenomenon.
They're circling around each other. Oh my God. No, man, this is crazy.
Fiery ring. In Williamsburg, Virginia, a striking phenomenon was captured in both photo and video. A massive glowing circle suspended in the sky on the 11th of October, 2025. The ring radiated an intense, fiery light and had an almost unnaturally perfect shape, giving the impression of a portal opening in the atmosphere. Within the circle, cloud-like formations swirled, appearing to contain or obscure something inside, adding to the mysterious and otherworldly appearance of the spectacle. Mysterious debris. In the moments of stargazing, this series of burning objects was seen passing across the sky. Unlike a meteor or any burning debris, these were falling to the earth, but brushing across the sky. In desperation for answers, a rumor started to spread around that these were some alien crafts or objects that were arriving on the planet under sinister intentions. These theories further flared up when the possibilities of these being something related to space missions were ruled out. Farmland glow. A farmer, already known to have claimed seeing weird phenomena happening over the crop circles on his land, this time, however, he managed to capture it on camera. Dating to the 20th of March, 2026, the footage shows a strange, glowing energy descending toward the ground before suddenly shooting straight back up into the sky. Skeptics dismiss it as ball lightning, but the intensity and precision of the movement suggest something far more unusual. If the footage is genuine, it raises the question, what exactly are we witnessing? Beaming object. This footage that started circulating online shows a strange event that started to occur in the skies of Chicago on the 9th of June, 2025. The video captures a powerful beam of light descending from the night sky, forming striped patterns that appear to reach the ground up when the possibilities of these... Skeptics dismiss it as ball lightning, but the intensity suggests something far more unusual. There's a powerful beam of light descending from the object. This footage that started circulating online shows a strange event that started to occur in the skies of Chicago on the 9th of June, 2025. The video captures a powerful beam of light descending from the night sky, forming striped patterns that appear to reach the ground. Residents can be seen reacting with curiosity and concern, with some recording the scene themselves.
UFO for real, y'all? That is crazy. Y'all, that's crazy.
While some explanations point to possible UFO or military activity, others suggest more unusual possibilities, including unidentified aerial activity or other unexplained phenomena. Mysterious beam. Back on February 3, 2024, residents of Ludwigsburg, Germany, reported seeing a vivid green beam streak across the sky, appearing to descend toward the ground. The unusual light, described as laser-like, quickly drew attention and sparked widespread speculation. While some believed it could be related to aliens lighting it down, a space beam, or possible military activity, others considered more mysterious explanations. Another similar sighting was made later in Turkey, yet it remains a complete mystery. With limited evidence and no clear source identified, the true nature of the strange green beam remains unknown.
Smart brands are getting onto your TV with ads for only $500. That's because of the Roku Ads Manager. Here's how easy it is to set it up. This is the dashboard.
Hovering shadow. A massive shadow suddenly appeared on a mountainside in a residential area, captured on video by a local observer, yet nothing was visible in the sky. The silhouette lingered silently for several seconds, with no lights, objects, or sounds accompanying it, before vanishing without a trace.
You guys see that shadow? Where?
Witnesses from multiple points in the area reported seeing the same eerie shape. Some speculate it could be an unusual atmospheric phenomenon. Others suggested hints at unidentified technology, while many simply watch in awe. The footage has been shared exactly as recorded, leaving the shadow's origin and nature a complete mystery.
Where are the clouds? Where are the clouds?
Falling fireballs. Residents in multiple U.S. states witnessed an unusual streak of activity in the sky as 3 separate fireballs were reported across California, Nevada, Arizona, and Ohio within just 7 days. The most striking incident occurred in Texas, where a rock weighing nearly a ton tore straight through a residential roof and ceiling, landing inside the home. Scientists were quick to reassure the public, describing the frequency as not particularly alarming. Meanwhile, some believe this could be the arrival of the aliens. Disturbed crows. Around the 25th of March, 2026, footage from Tel Aviv, Israel, captured an unusual scene in which thousands of crows were seen swarming across the city's skyline. Drawing widespread attention online. The video quickly went viral, with viewers reacting to the scale and intensity of the bird's movement through the urban environment. While some described the event as a rare natural occurrence, others interpreted it as an ominous sign, often associated in folklore with impending disaster. Despite the dramatic visuals, such interpretations remain speculative, as no confirmed link to any catastrophic event has been established. Winged beast. While heading out early in the morning, a concerned neighbor, after noticing this unknown beast of a creature on top of a roof with outstretched wings, was spotted on the roof of a house, staring intently downwards. Bird's movement through the urban environment, while some describe the event as a rare natural occurrence. Despite the dramatic visuals, such interpretations remain speculative, as no confirmed link to any catastrophic event has been established. Winged beast. While heading out early in the morning, a concerned neighbor, after noticing this unknown beast of a creature on top of a roof with outstretched wings, was spotted on the roof of a house, staring intently downwards. With no such life forms ever known to exist on this planet, the only explanation left behind for these was that they somehow must have come from another dimension, if not from the place of the damned. If you know more about this creature, do share with us in the comments. Smoke column. In Nevada, near the infamous Area 51, a mysterious dark column was captured on video, rising from the ground with an unstable, shifting shape that seemed to move on its own. There were no reported incidents that followed, which made this shadowy formation's emergence weird and growing before the camera, leaving viewers unsettled.
Aliens? We're in Nevada, this makes sense.
While some suggest it could be a rare, natural phenomenon, such as dust devils or unusual atmospheric conditions, others believe its appearance near the secretive military site is far too coincidental, or at least would be kept hidden from the public. This led to the speculation that it may be linked to unexplained activity or experimental technology in the area. Sky silhouette. Above the city of Minab in Iran's Hormozgan province, a strange formation in the sky caught the attention of onlookers as a dark cloud slowly gathered and then revealed a lighter, human-like shape within it. A photographer managed to capture the moment using a zoom lens, highlighting the unusual outline resting on top of the cloud. While scientists pointed to natural explanations such as light distortion and cloud patterns, many witnesses and viewers online interpreted the figure as something far more extraordinary, often describing it as angelic. Despite the theories, the true nature of the formation remains uncertain. Orange sky signature. Tourists staying at a hotel in Hangzhou, China, were taking in the view from a balcony when an unusual orange glow in the sky caught their attention. The light remained completely still, unlike any aircraft or typical flying object, giving it the appearance of a natural or unexplained phenomenon. When zoomed in, the shape resembled an open doorway or portal suspended in the sky. However, with no visible detail beyond the glowing form, its true origin and nature remained unclear, leaving observers puzzled by what they had witnessed. Luminous effect. On the 2nd of March 2026, an astronaut in Earth's orbit captured a remarkable image of a rare atmospheric event glowing high above the clouds. The phenomenon appeared as a brief, luminous burst of light flickering above active lightning, illuminating the upper layers of the atmosphere. Often referred to as sprites or blue jets, these events occur for only fractions of a second and remain difficult to study from the ground. The image, taken from hundreds of kilometers above Earth, highlights the complex interaction between lightning events, electrical activity, and the edge of space. Underground noise. In a recently circulated video from an undisclosed location in China, hundreds of mine workers were seen suddenly fleeing in panic. The clip captures a loud, thunderous sound echoing through the tunnels, resembling the awakening of something massive and ancient. Some speculate the site might be cursed or was never meant to be disturbed. With heavy censorship in place, the exact origin of the noise and the events that followed remain unknown, leaving viewers to wonder what unseen force caused such a sudden and widespread reaction. Boogosphere. In early 2025, a mysterious metallic sphere was reportedly recovered near Buga, Colombia, after witnesses saw it fall from the sky, hit a power line, and land on the ground. X-ray analysis revealed an unusual structure with 3 seamless metal layers, a low-density core, and 18 tiny spheres inside, with no signs of welding or conventional manufacturing. The surface bore rune-like markings that appeared only decorative, while the object showed odd thermal behavior. Cool outside, but seemingly warm within. Its perfect symmetry and unexplained features have sparked speculation about advanced, possibly non-human technology, though its origin and purpose remain unknown.
My personal belief is that this object is made from super highly advanced technology that we would love to have as a civilization on this planet, because if we had this technology, it would probably create new tech for civilians that we can utilize in our everyday lives.
Red Horizon. Residents across Southeast Australia were caught off guard when the sky above them shifted to a deep, unsettling shade of red, transforming familiar surroundings into something almost unrecognizable. Beaches, open roads, and neighborhoods were all swallowed under the same blood-red hue, with visibility dropping significantly as the phenomenon spread across the region. While authorities pointed toward a massive dust storm as the most probable cause, others suggested the intensity of the color could indicate something far beyond a typical event, possibly linked to extreme pollution or atmospheric disturbances not yet fully understood. Rain eventually arrived, offering some relief, though officials confirmed it was far from enough to fully resolve what had taken over the skies. Underwater glow. While out on a nighttime fishing trip, a boat owner found himself disoriented in the darkness when he encountered something truly unusual beneath the surface. In relatively shallow water, a massive glowing object illuminated the surrounding ocean with an intensity resembling a small sun. Marine life swam nearby, undisturbed, and the water showed no signs of heat. Suggesting it was simply a powerful light source. Despite this, its origin, whether natural or man-made, remains unexplained, leaving the encounter shrouded in mystery. Glowing UAP. On the 27th of May, 2025, a small group of people in Lake Jackson, Texas, spotted a mysterious red light in the sky. The glowing dot not only shone brightly, but also blinked as it moved, making it difficult for witnesses to discern its shape or origin. Observers reported it was completely silent, and its source remained unknown. Online communities, including Reddit UFO enthusiasts, quickly labeled it a UAP, an unidentified aerial phenomenon. Some even speculated it could be linked to secretive projects or experimental technologies, such as theories surrounding Project Bluebeam, though no confirmation has emerged.
Base 44 super agents, the next thing you can't live without.
This is CBS on Paramount Plus.
Previously on Tracker.
You collect rewards, right? A mercenary?
There you go. Put it in the stream. Let's see what's going on tonight. Bye, guys.